Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Let me just share my screen real quick just to kick things off immediately. So, welcome to our North Rockland Chamber of Commerce membership meeting. Our focus today is going to be jobs, jobs, jobs. I figured we'd do something a little bit different, a little bit outside of the box. I'll mention this in a little while, but about 5 or 6 years ago, I was at a networking event, and we had some prominent speakers from Rockland County mentioning that everything's going great with the economy and business is booming and everything. And one of the things that it just occurred to me while the person was speaking is that we were losing a lot of our youth to jobs in different locations, New York City, across the country. We were losing our youth, and that was a very it gnawed at me, and it still does to this day. And that's one of the impetuses of the some of the work that we're trying to do behind the scenes, not just in the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce, but through several different organizations. So I'm the president for the chamber right now. That's going to turn over to someone from our board eventually. But just wanted to first give you a quick agenda, and then I'll introduce some of the board members for the North Rockland Chamber. I'll give you just a quick overview of our Chamber of Commerce. Then we're going to go right into our speaking engagement. I figure we'll give about 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes for each person to speak, and then maybe 2 minutes for questions if need be. And then at the end, we'll talk about some events that are going on, and after that, we'll adjourn for our next meeting. And our next meeting is going to be with the Highlands Chamber of Commerce, so I'm pretty excited about that. So first of all, let's get just a quick understanding of the chamber. This is the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce is actually two different chambers of commerce that combined back in 2015. The North Rockland Business Alliance and the Greater Haverstraw Chamber of Commerce. And several members from each met literally for about 2 years. First, we combined some of our events and our business structure. And of course, at the very end, we combined our finances. So that was a fun time. And we ended up doing very well. Up until the pandemic, we had a very robust membership, and we did meetings all across North Rockland and various restaurant venues. We're also a member of the Chamber Alliance of Rockland, which is a collection of 8 different chambers of commerce across Rockland County, soon to be 9. The Spring Valley Chamber of Commerce is launching soon. So what that does is, as a member of the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce, not only do you get access to the different events that we have within our Chamber of Commerce, but you also get access to any Chamber Alliance events in conjunction with those 8 or 9 different chambers of commerce. So it's a really nice benefit, and I'll get into that maybe in a little bit. But before we do anything else, let's just do some very brief introductions. I first wanted to introduce our Treasurer and Vice President, Stephanie Malowski. All right, she's right there. And let's see. Hey, just looking around. Rocky Alexander, also a board member. How you doing, Rocky?
Good morning, everyone.
Thanks for being on. Tammy Rosen.
Good morning. Hello.
And do we have Anna Marie? I'm just looking around for Anna. Yep, Dr. Anna Marie Oluni.
Hi, good morning.
All right. So those are our board members, and I want to put a very big thank you out to them, because we did have to, because of the pandemic, we had to reorganize a lot of things in a really short period of time. And all of your efforts thus far are very much appreciated. So I think we're doing pretty darn good there. Those are introductions to the board. Just quick benefits of joining the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce. You get your business listed on the website directory at northrocklandchamber.org. Promoted out to the North Rocklands Community Facebook group, which has 22,000 members on it. That's a huge reach for this area. Events, local events with your fellow business owners and professionals. As things start to get back to normal, we're going to have those events at local restaurants. We often do things at Lynch's, Don Coquille. I forget the name of the restaurant right in Stony Point, down by the water, but different restaurants around town. We're going to be doing events there. Co-op advertising, virtual and in-person events. You'll have the opportunity to advertise at those different events, and most importantly, access to important, vital information that's going to help to propel your business forward. The most notable one is an event that we had last week with the Small Business Association of Rockland, the U.S. Small Business Administration, and they were going over the various programs that are available for Paycheck Protection Program, the Economic Disaster Injury Loans, all the things that help to subsidize businesses over the past year and a half. So pretty beneficial. That was a whole mouthful that I said in a very short period of time. So I think I should probably stop talking and turn it over to our speakers for today. And again, the focus of this part of our presentation is jobs, jobs, jobs. As you know, because of the pandemic, we've had significant employment issues. Many people weren't able to work the way that they were because of the economy pretty much shutting down for nearly a year. And we're just starting to get back to normal now that we're starting to get vaccines and able to get back out into the workforce. So I wanted to take this time to showcase some of the opportunities that employers have for hiring gainful employment from various agencies and organizations in Rockland County. And the three that we're going to focus on today is the Rockland's Workforce Development Board, which is actually in conjunction with another organization that's here as well, the North Rockland High School Academy of Finance, as well as rocklandsworks.org, which is a component of Rockland BOCES. So our first speaker today is Dr. Debra Thomas. Debbie, I often forget there's a doctor at the beginning of your name because we're so friendly with each other talking, but it's Dr. Debra Thomas. She is the Executive Director of the Workforce Development Board of Rockland County. And Debbie, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being on this early, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate the invitation to be here, and good morning, everybody. Just a little update. The Workforce Development Board is a board that is governed by a majority of for-profit businesses in Rockland County, and they shepherd the resources that come here from the Federal Department of Labor to provide opportunities for adults, dislocated workers, and youth for employment opportunities. And we are charged with providing a career center where those services can be provided. And last year we put out an RFP and we selected Rockland BOCES to run our career center. And we're very proud to have Dr. Stephanie here today to talk to you about what's going on at our career center. So that is what we spend our time doing. And Tom has been on the board for a number of years. And during COVID, he has really stepped up because we were switching career centers. Everybody went virtual. It was very hard to communicate. And he really helped to bring the chambers together, the Chamber Alliance together, to really provide an opportunity to communicate and to give updates and to create our website, very robust with information on almost a daily basis of what was going on as things were happening, to communicate with the business community and with our clients, because there was no other way to get the information out. And it was really a vital service. So I just wanted to say thanks to Tom and to the businesses that really are the drivers for what's going on at our Career Center. I think Debbie Studnitzer is on board. She's also serving as the coordinator of workforce development and business services, and we're very proud to be able to work through the Rockland Teacher Center to bring those kinds of resources to Rockland, and specifically to the North Rockland community. You probably saw the article in the paper yesterday, Jobs in New York, why businesses are facing a worker shortage. We were having trouble before COVID really filling the positions that were out there. There was a worker shortage. And now we are hearing that as businesses are coming back online, as restaurants are coming back online, there just are not enough workers out there. It can be in hospitality, it can be in healthcare, it can be in IT. And what are we going to do? I think Lynn Allen, who serves as the chair of the Workforce Development Board, and she works for PayServe, is really very concerned about the unemployment insurance. Many individuals are choosing not to come back to work right now for a variety of reasons. But if they are in fact invited to come back to work and are choosing to stay home, those are fraudulent activities. And everyone needs to know that the Department of Labor will be following up on that. Right now, I know you hear of all of the fraud that's taking place, not only in New York, but throughout our country. And so many people are waiting to get really unemployment, and then so many people are receiving unemployment that they didn't even ask for. So there is a big issue that's taking place throughout our country, but there will be serious repercussions for people who are collecting unemployment if they've been offered employment, because they have to attest every week that they are not gainfully employed. So Lynn Allen is really leading a charge with business owners that if they are inviting their employees to come back and they are not coming back, that this will be followed up on. And I think we will see come September a changing of the tide, and more employees will be looking to come back to work. And in preparation for that, the New York State Department of Labor is rolling out this week a new product called a virtual career center for employers and employees. And you can do a little research on your own if you'd like to check it out. It's being facilitated by a company called Eightfold, EIGHTFOLD.ai. And it's driven by artificial intelligence. So employers will be able to go there directly and put in their needs for employees. And employees can go in there and put in their information, and it will make a match throughout the state, throughout the region. So it's going to be driven by artificial intelligence. So for instance, if you were a barista, you can put in the information, say I was a barista, I have no resume, I had a little bit of experience and maybe a little bit of training. It will I can put that information in, and it will generate a resume for me. Not only for a barista, but it will also tell me what other jobs I'm qualified to do now. And it will also tell me, with a little bit of training, what's the next level of career that I might be eligible for, and where those training programs are that I might be able to easily access. They also have a program for veterans. So if you were in the military and you've come out, you can just put in the jobs that you had in the military, and they will generate a resume for you based upon your expertise and your experience in the military. So it's really going to be a game changer. So an employer will be able to see out of hundreds of applicants who actually is a perfect match in terms of a candidate for a particular job. Now, they won't be able to see the names of our clients, but they will be able to see in a wide reach who is out there. So it's really going to change the way the relationship is between an employer and when they're doing that broad search for just finding that right employee, and the same thing for an employee that's looking for a career pathway. So it's just, they're piloting it this week by invitation only, and they're going to start with employees that have been using virtual resumes and applying for jobs online, and then they're really going to be rolling it out through our career centers. So it's really going to be a game changer. We're very excited that we're going to have that available in New York with a lot of online training. So there'll be more to come to that, but I think it's really going to change what we're doing. The other bit of news that I wanted to share with you today is that we in Rockland have an opportunity to bring some resources to Rockland in terms of a grant from the New York State Department of Labor for dislocated workers. And this money is to work with business leaders like yourselves in your communities for COVID relief or humanitarian services. And I'm going to let Stephanie tell you more about that. But we have to put in a budget this week. We don't have to write a grant. We just have to put in a budget. We have to talk about how many employees would you need, what are the projects that you'd like to work on, and what is the length of time that you think that this project would take place. And we can reimburse employers up to $20,000 per participant. So it's a very exciting opportunity if we can just find the right project. So we'd love to talk to you about that, but we need to do it very quickly. So I'll let Stephanie broaden that out a little bit more. And the last thing I'd like to say is one of the very important projects that we're working on at the Workforce Development Board is a project called the Rockland Economic Development Workforce Development Collaborative. And we really are trying to focus on youth. We're trying to create a pipeline for youth in our community so that they can stay in the Hudson Valley, they can find careers in growing sectors so that they can stay and live and learn and have a great life in the Hudson Valley. So that is one of the priorities, because when business come to think about moving to Rockland, the first question they ask is, what about a workforce? It's lovely here, you have good schools, it's a great place to live. Can you guarantee that we can have a workforce? And so that has to be a priority, and we need to do that all together. So those are some of the initiatives that we're working on, and we appreciate the opportunity to collaborate and connect with you.
Very much, Debbie. Appreciate the update. Does anybody have any questions for Debbie while we have her? And this could be about anything regarding the grants or any of the programs. Do you have any quick questions?
I do, Tom. Debbie, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
So you mentioned as far as like using the unemployment insurance, and that's what I think a lot of us are facing as far as trying to hire people. They come for an interview, we give them the job, and then they decline the job.
Right.
Is there anything on our end that we should be doing as employers, reaching out to the state, or are we just leaving it alone? Like, what should we do on our part?
You know what I would like to suggest is I would like to suggest that Tom invite Lynn Allen to address these questions, because she really is the expert at that, and she would be more than willing to do that. Absolutely, employers are supposed to let the Department of Labor know when there is a situation where you've offered a job to someone. They need to know that, yes. Or if you're calling back employees, they need to know that. Employers need to protest, because then that gives the Department of Labor the opportunity to do follow-up on that. Because every week someone has to do an attestation. Yes, I am unemployed, I have not been offered work, and I am entitled to collect money. And if people are doing that, that's fraudulent activities. If you've been offered a job and you're collecting, you can't do that. And and we understand, and these are very difficult choices and very hard times that we have to make. But the gravy train is running out, and it's time that everyone has to get back. And employers need workers, and we need to do this with integrity. And as long as we don't step up to the plate and we don't make good decisions together, then we're not solving the problem. So I know that Lynn Allen is the expert on that. She's at PayServe. She would be more than happy to give you good advice, but this is what she's told us to say. It's really important that we all be on the same page with this. It's really very critical that we all stop this together.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I just posted Lynn's email address into chat. I also opened up an email which I'll fill out after the meeting, and I'll connect Rocky. I'll connect you with Lynn, and she'll be able to clarify that a little bit better.
Thanks, Tom.
And again, Lynn is the chair of the Workforce Development Board of Rockland County.
I actually have a quick question about the eightfold.ai. Will there be a physical location in Rockland, or will that be through Rockland Rockland Works?
It'll be through our Career Center, Rockland Works, absolutely, yes.
Ah, okay. Excellent. Actually, I have a colleague that's switching careers, so that might be helpful for him, the resume builder and such.
Absolutely. It's going to be a very powerful tool that we're all going to have access to. So they're rolling it out very slowly. And so it's going to be by invitation only. And they sent me 3 sample letters this week. They're actually because one of the reasons why I mention it, because with all the fraud that's going on, people are going to get these letters or they're going to get a text and they're going to think it's fraud. So if you hear of somebody who says, hey, I got this letter from the DOL or I got a text, it is real. If they get an invite, it is a real invite because this is a new tool. So there will be an invite that invites you to experience this customized service, to upload a resume, browse for jobs, apply for positions, and explore training opportunities. And it's called Reimagine Your Career. And it will be followed by a text from the New York State Department of Labor with a registration link to Eightfold. So if you hear of anybody saying, geez, I don't know, yes, it is real. If you get the invite, it is not fraudulent.
Excellent. These days, I get excited by anything with the extension AI attached to it. All right. Any other quick questions for Debbie?
Thanks, and we're around anytime. If you need us, call us, please.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Debbie. Again, appreciate you being here so early in the morning.
Anytime.
Okay, so, and in conjunction with that, we're going to have Dr. Stephanie Compasso speaking momentarily, but I first wanted to introduce Timothy Ahle. All right, so he is the director of a program at our local high school, North Rockland High School, the Academy of Finance. And it's several years ago, I was asked to participate on this board. And essentially, and I'll let Timothy speak more on this, but the Academy of Finance typically every year has a pool of interns that are very, very invested in developing their careers early on. And through internship programs with various financial institutions, different service corporations across Rockland County, as well as local businesses. And I could speak to it myself because we've hired, Rockland Web has hired about 5 interns over the last several years. And it's a great program. We teach the interns a lot and we get so much in return. So it's a great program. So I'll turn it over to Timothy to talk a little bit more about the program. And in addition, he's brought in many of the individuals that are interested in employment this year. So Timothy, over to you, sir.
Great, thank you, Tom. Okay, let me just go here. I have a quick little presentation. Let's go share. And okay, so thank you once again to the North Rockland Chamber for inviting us this morning to talk a little bit about our program and have some of our students talk about, they're actually going to talk about their internships, what they have done in the past, so you kind of get an idea of what the what their tasks were, where they worked, and what their different roles were in their internships over the past year. So just real quick to give you a little overview of us. We are a 2-year program. The students start their junior year, and they're learning about business and finance. We have 44 students, 22 juniors and 22 seniors. And then over the course of the 2 years, they take a college accounting course, a college economics, an entrepreneurship class, a securities class, financial planning, and probably one of the most important classes they take when it comes to their internships is their computer application class, where they're learning Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. I find for most of our internship partners, that's one of their biggest assets they have coming into the into their workforce. So just to give you a little idea, we are part of a national program. There's 264 of these academies across the country, and basically their main goal is to provide work-based learning opportunities in career development, leadership development, and success in the workplace. So this is kind of what I'm pitching to you right now is we're always looking to bring new members into our new advisory board members into our fold here at the high school, and also get some of our local chamber to come in and be part of our program. So one of the first things you could do, real easy, without much commitment, is come in and be a guest speaker in our classroom. Share your career path, your expertise, what is it like to be in entrepreneurship, the business benefits of having being a business owner, and really, what has made you successful in the workplace. All of these things, like, listen, I could sit and teach a class and whatnot, but I'll let you know when we have guest speakers come in, those are the things that the kids remember more so when I sit and teach them the accounting equation on a Tuesday afternoon. So it's these things that really kind of make our academy a little bit different than just a traditional high school class. So come in and be a guest speaker. A lot of the times, these are some of the topics that we had in the past: financial planning, accounting careers. It could be it could be how to make a powerful first impression. So how to be successful is really what we're talking about. Interviews, do's and don'ts, setting up and using your LinkedIn account for work. We had somebody come in and talk about actuarial science, communication skills, real estate investing, and investing as a whole. I did skip over one. I have one person that comes in and she talks about small business opportunities for let me start that again. Actually starting your own business and using different government programs in order to expand your business. She has a business in Tompkins Cove. She's a minority business owner. So she talks about all the different opportunities that she has as being a small business owner and how she can grow her business from that. So like I said, there's all different things that you have to offer that you could definitely, teach the students. Another thing you could do is you could host a student on our job shadow day. We normally do it either November or March. The student spends the morning with you learning about your career and your industry. So, or if you really, want to get involved, we're always looking for internship partners. We normally do them during the summer or during the school year. This year, traditionally, they're 120-hour paid internship over a period of time. So we have some people, some interns that'll work for the month of July, they'll work full time and be done. We have other internships, and one of them is going to talk today, in which she works 2 days a week, and she's been working throughout her time in the academy to get to her 120 hours. They're part-time and full-time, and it's a great way to complete that project that you've always been wanting to work on, or fill in for vacation leaves in the summertime. That's what some of our internship providers, our partners, I should say, have been saying over the years. And once again, they do have those excellent computer skills, especially in Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. All right. These are some of our past internship providers. So I'm actually gonna have the kids talk because they could talk more about where all the different places that they worked. So, but you'll see that most of them, they're all here located in Rockland County, throughout North Rockland, and the rest of the county as a whole. So, and another way you can get involved with our academy is we like to join our advisory board. We meet 4 times a year: September, January, March, and May. We've done virtual meetings this year. They worked out really well. I think for next year, we'll probably try to do 2 in-person meetings and 2 virtual meetings. They are in the morning, unfortunately. So if you're not a morning person, Tom, we start at 7, we normally start about 7:45 in the morning. And I have noticed that virtual meetings, people are more up to go for the meeting itself. So, and basically you can assist in providing those work-based learning opportunities I was just talking about: the job shadow, the guest speaker, finding the internship opportunities as well. So this is members of our advisory board. You'll see that most of them are Rockland County based, especially North Rockland County, North Rockland. And really what we're trying to do is really to develop those leaders for tomorrow, retain the talent in Rockland County, as we talked about before, provide high quality work-based learning opportunities for our students. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a few students to introduce themselves and talk a little bit about their internship that they had done this past year. So let me get out of present mode. Give me a second, and we'll go back to stop share. Okay.
Timothy, if you name the student that you wanted to speak,
Sure.
I'll spotlight them each real quick for
Okay.
auditor's help.
Let's start with Ava Howe.
Okay. Ava, go ahead. Please unmute.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ava Howe, and I'm a senior at North Rockland High School in the Academy of Finance. I'm an intern at Riola Financial, which is in New City. So there I update client investment portfolios. So whatever trades, whatever happens in their portfolio, I go in and I update it on the computer for my boss to use for his appointments. I've learned so much from the year and a half that I've been there. I learned a lot about just investing itself, which is really important because a lot of people my age really don't hear that vocabulary or see it till later in life. And it's an important tool that I'm going to use for the rest of my life. So it's really cool to learn it, at the age of 16 starting. I learned what it takes to become a reliable employee, how to communicate and what it takes to be like available and like to communicate effectively so that everything's understood. And I learned what it feels like to have a responsibility of my own. From a young age, having a job after school, it could be hard, but honestly, it taught me a lot about responsibility. And I plan to continue my education at the University of Miami and hopefully come out with a good job in business.
Great, Ava. I just have one quick question to share with the chamber. What hours do you work normally? Like, because you're a part-time employee versus a full-time. So
Yeah, I
what's your
work about
schedule?
like 8 to 10 hours a week. Like it depends how many days, probably like 2 to 3. So yeah.
Good. And the reason why I'm asking her to say that is that the internships come in all different shapes and sizes. And I think, when people sit and say, oh, I don't need somebody full time, this is a way in which you can provide an opportunity for a student. So thank you, Eva. Our next person is Anthony Gizzi.
Let me grab Anthony here. Anthony. Okay. Go ahead, Anthony. Please unmute your mic. Yep.
Morning, everyone. I'm Anthony. I'm in the Academy of Finance. Thank you all for having us this morning. I really appreciate it. Over the summer, I interned at Berard & Associates CPAs in Suffern as an accounting intern. I worked with the head auditor, Joanne. I assisted in stuff like 403B audits that involves like pension testing and e-filing and mostly a lot of small steps to achieve a larger goal. I learned a lot of things from this experience. That includes there's always a deadline in the accounting firm. I must say, like, I was never bored. I always had something to do. Like once I finish a project in the morning, I get a project in the afternoon. It's all about teamwork, and I loved my time there. It was amazing, and it actually is what got me interested in the field of accounting, and that's what I'm going to major in at the University of Connecticut. So thank you guys for having us. And
Great, Anthony. Our next speaker is, we'll do Anthony Negri.
Bring you up. Hang on one moment. Anthony, I'm just looking for him. A lot of people in the. Oh, here we go. Anthony. Okay, you're up. Oh, you just got to unmute your mic, I think. Anthony, you might have to unmute your mic.
Is it good now?
Yes, there you go.
Well, yeah. Okay, sorry.
It's all right. It's Zoom.
Hi, I'm Anthony Negri, and I interned at MedStar, which is a medical billing company in the local area. I did data entry there, and to be honest, I knew nothing about data entry going in, and now I would like to say I'm a data entry master. I learned a lot about how a billing system works there, and I learned a lot about how to talk to new people because there I was meeting a lot of new people who taught me a lot of new things. Also, I would like to say that this is a great experience for me because, like Ava said, it was my first like real job that I'd be on time and get my tasks done at a certain time every single day. And hopefully now I'll be able to continue my career after I attend the University of Indiana and get a job in the same field.
Great. And I actually am familiar with MedStar. They're one of our clients. So if you see Joy Schulman in the hallway. Please tell her that Tom Osa said hello. She's always got a smile on her face. Good person to know.
Yeah, that's my boss. Yeah.
Right?
Great.
Oh, awesome.
Great, AJ. Our next person, how about we'll do Isabella Ryan?
Isabella, okay. Got her?
Hi everyone, my name is Isabella Ryan.
Sorry, Isabella, we had to mute you because there was some feedback. Let me just, could you just unmute your mic one more time and then. Sorry, one moment, please. I'm just looking for anything that might be causing feedback. Okay, all right, go ahead and unmute. Let's see if that.
Is there still feedback?
Tom, you're muted now.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Isabella. There seems to be some feedback. We'll see if we can come back to you.
We'll come back to you then. Okay,
Yeah,
let's try Lily Sahadi.
Okay, so we're gonna grab Lily. Let's see, where are you here? Just looking around. Where is it? Okay, go ahead, Lily.
Hi everyone, I'm Lily Sahadi and I interned at New York Abstract and Agency in Bardonia, and it's a title insurance company. I still currently work there with Theo, who's here today, and at that company we break down titles. So we separate the mortgages and the deeds, we mail certain material back to the bank, and then we create the necessary checks for the bank and the clients. Working here has shown me how many professions go into this job. We've seen in closings, we've seen lawyers, judges, town councilmen, and clients themselves, and it has really been a great experience. And with like working here, I've realized that I want to do a little more math-based business, so I will be studying quantitative finance at the Zeklin School of Business at Baruch the next 4 years. Thank you for having me.
Great, Lily. Just for time, I'm gonna just pick one more student, and if I could have Brian Fajardo.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Brian Fajardo, a senior at North Rockland High School. This summer, I entered the Haverstraw Village Hall, working alongside the clerk, Judy Curcio, and the mayor. My time there included entering information into accounting software, working alongside the Justice Court, entering payroll, and during my time there, I improved upon my problem-solving skills, time management, and it was a great experience. I hope my information there can be applied into my next 4 years in my education at Fordham University in the next 4 years. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Brian. And Tom, I know we have some, you don't want to stick to your calendar or your schedule. So I know we had some other students. I thank you all for getting up this morning, but I want to respect everybody's time. So Tom, if you want to take it over from here.
Okay, all right, thank you, and apologies to Isabella. I sometimes things like that happen. Even, I mean, probably everything's fine on your end, but sometimes Zoom gets a little bit awkward. So my apologies that we had to skip over Isabella. But to all the interns that are here, I mean, just you know, again, I've been participating in the program for 5 years as an employer. And to those of you that are in this program, it's a wonderful program, and thank you for being in it. And very importantly, thank you for looking at your career so early in your life. You know, I personally, I started working when I was like 7 years old in my grandfather's bike store. I don't even know if that would be allowed at this point in time. But it's so important to just find what we enjoy, what we're good at, and how we can make a positive contribution to society while making a few extra dollars at the same time. So it's really good to be this involved this early in your lives, and it really leads to very gainful careers, in my opinion. And Timothy, thank you again for bringing everybody this morning. I'm really excited that we're all able to get together and talk about the program, because it's an excellent one. And the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce is also hiring one of the interns this year. We're looking forward to that. So we'll be talking soon.
Great. Thank you again, Tom.
Okay, so our next speaker is Dr. Stephanie Compasso. She's the director at the Rockland Works Career Center over at Rockland BOCES. This is another program that I have some a bit of experience with. The Rockland BOCES. I from time to time teach classes in the evening at Rockland BOCES, and it's really at this point in time with the pandemic winding down, it's really a nice way of getting back into society after being in seclusion almost for the last year and a half. So BOCES is very near and dear to my heart, and I've gotten the chance, the opportunity to meet and speak with Stephanie several times about the program. And she and Debbie work together very closely. So I'm just going to turn it over to you. And again, thanks, Stephanie. You contacted me yesterday. Thanks for so quickly hopping onto the schedule. Much appreciated.
Yeah, no problem, Tom. I'm actually a morning person, so this works for me very well. It's good.
Good morning, people.
Yes. So thank you for having me, first of all. And I want to say congratulations to all of the students who just shared as well, who are all moving on to such great programs next year. That was very impressive. So you all deserve a pat on the back for that. So I am with the Rockland Works Career Center for Rockland County. So yes, we are housed at Rockland BOCES. Rockland BOCES is the operator of the Career Center. However, Rockland Works is a totally separate entity from Rockland BOCES. We are a branch of the Workforce Development Board. And as Tom said, we work very closely with Debbie and her team. I was actually going to pull up the website. So do you want me to share? Do I have the ability to share on my end? Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to pull up our website so that you can see it. So this is our website, and we serve Rockland County residents and Rockland County businesses. So it's really important to understand we kind of have a two-sided coin here. So we serve job seekers who are looking for work in Rockland County, but then we also work very closely with the local businesses, which is why we're here today to talk a little bit about our business services and what we can do to work with the chamber. So on the job seeker side, we serve those who are unemployed or underemployed, or those who are looking to make some sort of career change. And especially during the pandemic right now, with unemployment rates being so high, we're going to be a really vital resource. We are back in our building, so we are seeing people in person by appointment only, but then we also have the opportunity for virtual services. And our virtual services will be growing once the Department of Labor AI program is up and running, as Debbie mentioned. So we'll be able to use that as a tool within our Career Center to provide even more additional services. So some of the things we do with job seekers who are looking, we have a resource room so they can come and utilize our computers, our copier, our fax machine. We have phones. We have Zoom set up on computers. So if somebody doesn't have access to a webcam, things like that, they can come. We've had a couple of people do interviews at our site through Zoom. We have workshops right now. They are virtual and they range from resume building, interview skills, job searching. We just added a new Microsoft Suite 7-week program actually that's starting this Saturday. And it's totally free of charge, and it's 7 weeks, and it covers the Microsoft Office suite. So it covers Word, Excel, PowerPoint, how to utilize those in a professional setting, different email programs, how to set up an email, creating appropriate emails, things like that. And again, these are all totally free of charge. You just have to register with us. And then we also have one-on-one resume review that you can meet with a counselor, which kind of ties into our next level of services, which are individualized career services. So anybody can come in and meet one-on-one with a career counselor who will come up with an individualized employment plan with you. And that can include working on your resume. That can include working towards training. So maybe you are in need of additional training. So they can create this plan with you and see what the next steps are. Sometimes it means just looking for work. You're ready to go right back into the workforce, and they can help you with that as well. And then the most in-depth part, which is what I was just touching on, is that training. So we do have the opportunity through the grant to provide up to $3,000 for training at one of the eligible training providers within Rockland County. So that includes Rockland BOCES, it includes Rockland Community College, and then a bunch, some of the other small training providers in Rockland County as well. These courses that are eligible for funding must be in a priority sector, which there's 4 priority sectors in Rockland County. I think Tom kind of highlighted them before, but they are hospitality, IT, medical, and advanced manufacturing. And so if you have somebody who might be interested in that, they can apply with us. And all you have to have in order to qualify is just be authorized to work in the US. So very simple, very easy registration process. So now I want to get to our employer side, because that's what we're mostly here for. So on our website, you'll see an employers tab. So we do have our business services. There's a short video here on how to register your business or your agency today, but some of the things we do for employers are free job postings. So if you have jobs that you're looking to fill, we also are working on sending out a newsletter that will reach over 3,000 active participants that we have. We do have, we send email blasts out to those who are currently on unemployment in Rockland County. We have recruiting services. So we have our career fairs. We just had a virtual career fair in the healthcare field, but we will be targeting the priority sectors over the next few months. But we did just have one in the healthcare field, and we had 13 healthcare agencies attend and do on-the-spot interviews virtually, and so that was really great. And then we also do an employer spotlight. So if you have, if you are currently hiring and you would like to be an employer spotlight, you can reach out to us and we can highlight your company both on our Facebook page, on our website, and then in our newsletter as well. We also provide trained student interns. So we have a 3-month internship program as well. It is a paid program. And so we do placements for that. We also provide training to the interns before they get to you. So this program is specifically for our Youth Connections program, which I'll touch on in a little bit, but it's a program for 18 to 24-year-olds who are Rockland County residents and meet the eligibility requirements. We do a month-long training with them in work readiness and customer service and sales is the target area. And then from there, we do a 3-month paid internship where we pay the student to work up to 25 hours per week, anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on the agreement. We also, like I said, are sending out a newsletter, so you can subscribe to our newsletter to get more information and also submit your information for the newsletter. And then we do have a social media page. So we currently have a Facebook page. We're working on a LinkedIn page and expanding our social media as well. We also provide on-the-job training where we work with adults 18 plus to place them in work sites who are looking to hire, but maybe the employee or the job seeker needs a little bit of additional training that can be provided on site. And because you're willing to take that employee on and do the training, we can reimburse up to 50% of the wages while the participant is in that on-the-job training. And then Lastly, we also provide employee upskilling. So if you have a group of employees, for example, we met with Joanio yesterday, and they have a group of DSP employees who they would like to upskill and train for the nurse assisting position. So then they can backfill the DSP positions and they can continue moving up the ladder. We have the ability to put together those programs and partner with one of the local training providers to help offset the cost of those programs for the employees. We can also do customized worker training as well. So if you have a specific program that you're looking or specific skills that your employees need in order to upskill, we can provide that. We can put together the curriculum and we can provide that service as well. And this is also totally free for the businesses. And then I want to go to our jobs and career resources page. So this is for job seekers. So we have information on industry, our 4 industry sectors within Rockland County. There's information on all 4 of these sectors. There's information on the healthcare field, in-demand occupations, what those look like. And then there's information on, additional training that you might need in order to enter one of those positions. So that's all on here. And then we have our hot jobs board. So if you click in here, you'll see they're also based on sector. But if you have open positions, you can submit them and we can upload them right to our jobs board, and anybody in Rockland County can go have access to our website. Again, these get blasted out. So you can submit your job postings here. And then we have our employer spotlight. So any sort of events that are going on will be on here. And then any spotlight employers that we are currently working with that are applying right now. And lastly, I'm just going to touch on our Youth Connections program because, there we go. We have a program that's specific to 18 to 24-year-olds who are facing barriers to education, training, or obtaining meaningful work. And so this program is for those who are out of school, whether they have dropped out of high school or have graduated and maybe aren't ready to go on to college yet. And we provide the paid work readiness training and internships. We have the free vocational training, so they can also earn that $3,000 for vocational training, high school equivalency preparation classes. So if you have dropped out of college or dropped out of high school and are looking to go back and get your high school equivalency, and then support programs such as tutoring. We do the resume development. We create a career pathway. We have mentors that we actually are looking for more mentors. So if you would like to be a mentor, they meet monthly to do some leadership development. And then we provide guidance and counseling. So those are the major, I'm going to stop sharing now. So those are the main things that we cover. Again, all of our services are free of charge. We are located in Nyack at the BOCES Burke campus. So we're right across from Nyack Hospital, and we are seeing people in person. So, we did just have our virtual healthcare career fair. I have some stats on that I can share, but we had, so our virtual healthcare career fair was uploaded onto our website for a week. And so job seekers had the ability to go on our website for a full week, register for one-on-one interviews that we led with employers, do some job searching, look at the different career fields. And during that week, we had over 1,500 people log on and look at our website. So people are getting information, coming to our website to gather information. But it does lead us back to the same issue that was mentioned earlier that Debbie sort of addressed. Out of those 1,500 people that came, only 32 people actually, registered to meet with an employer. So people, I think, are starting to dip their toes back in the water of returning to work. I don't think that they're quite there yet. However, we will be here and ready to go when they are looking to return to work. And one of the initiatives that we're working on that Debbie and the Workforce Development Board has given us some suggestions on that I think we're going to take the next steps is putting together some informational and educational flyers and brochures to send out to those who are currently on unemployment to talk about the next steps and preparing to get back to work. Because when unemployment insurance does run out, which right now it's looking like the fall, imagine that mad rush, being part of that mad rush of people who are coming back to work all at the same time. Then it's going to be a fight to get employed. So we're trying to do outreach now to explain that you don't want to wait to that point because jobs will be filled a lot quicker. So that's initiative we're taking on right now. And like I said, we will be reaching out to those who are unemployed. So if you do currently own a business or you're looking for employees, please reach out to us and we will do our best to share that information. So I'm just looking at the comments real quick. Does the Career Center's Youth Connection Program work in conjunction with Access VR? Yes, we do work in conjunction with Access VR. Access VR is one of our partners. So we get a lot of referrals from them to do a little bit more intensive career services. But then we also, provide referrals over to them for funding. So if we can't fund a course, for example, because it's not in a priority sector, or if the course is above our $3,000 cap, we work with them to help provide funding for youth with who have a disability. So yes, we do work closely with them. And then the last thing is that dislocated worker grant program that we are currently working on. It is due tomorrow. So if you have any interest, please reach out to me as soon as possible. I will put my email in the chat as well. So this program, there's two parts to this grant. One is reimbursement funds. So if you are an employer who has been performing COVID relief or humanitarian work that's related to COVID. So if you are providing meals to those who are homebound, if you have been doing a pop-up, vaccination clinic, if you have been working as a call center for contact tracing, if you are a school and you have to do additional cleaning protocols, so you had to bring on additional staff to do COVID cleaning protocols, you are eligible for reimbursement up to $20,000 per staff member that has been employed since March of last year, who was a dislocated worker at the time of hire. So if you hired new staff that was unemployed when you brought them on, or if you had staff, laid them off and then brought them back, they are considered a dislocated worker, and you can be eligible for up to $20,000 reimbursement per staff member. The second piece of that is if you have a project that you're looking to work on now that is COVID related, you can apply for up to $20,000 per staff member that you need to bring on, as long as the staff members that you're bringing on are considered a dislocated worker, so are currently unemployed. That is due to New York State by tomorrow. However, it's not, like Debbie said, it's not a grant proposal. All we need are numbers. We just need a rough estimate as to how many people you think you either need to hire or how many people you think you could claim reimbursement on. So we're just submitting budget numbers. So if you would like to participate in either of those, you can reach out to me directly and just, give me an estimate of the amount that you would need, and we can get that submitted. We're better off asking for more and then having to reduce it at the end. So if you do have an idea of something that you might be interested in working through, please just send me an email so that we can get those numbers up to the state by tomorrow.
And Stephanie, I put your email address in the chat. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah, no, that's great. Please reach out to me, and please reach out to me if you have any questions about the Career Center or would like to access the Career Center services as well. And I think that's it. So if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Okay, and the number for the career for Rockland Works is 845-770-2900. I'm going to put that in chat as well. Oh,
yes.
Wrong thing, sorry.
And I also want to mention we are partnered and co-located with Department of Labor. So Rockland County's Department of Labor is on site here in Nyack. They're slowly making their way back. They're mostly covering UI claims. However, they will be running their traditional employment workshops, and they're not seeing customers in person, but they will be seeing them in person at some point. So they are located here. So we have access to all of their great workshops and things that they run as well. So.
Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you to all the speakers that provided great information today. Very much appreciate it. It's 8:30. I just wanted to bring up one more screen and then we can leave for starting our work day. Some events and some need to knows. The Chamber Alliance of Rockland, I mentioned this early on, is that they are a collection of 8 different chambers of commerce, including the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce. They do events all over the county. Our next one, the likely one that we're going to be doing, it's going to be more on the entertainment side. There's a comedy show that we're putting together in conjunction with the New City Chamber of Commerce. We don't have a date for that yet, but my guess is it's going to be like in late July, early August, when things loosen up even more as far as being able to go back into society. So, and I'm sure we could all use some laughs at this point in time. Also wanted to mention that there is a great video that the Chamber Alliance did last week. It's basically about small business administration funding, loan, and assistance updates. It was done in conjunction with a member of the Small Business Administration. So that is available online. I will put that in chat momentarily. And some other quick things to know, just on the North Rockland Chamber level, we made a little adjustment to our bylaws recently. And basically the idea is that, obviously we've grown over the last several years and we wanted to make sure that we had a nice, consistent structure. So we have a lot of new people that are joining as members, and we certainly want people on the board, but we also want people to have experience while they're on the board. So the way that we set it up is that for, I believe it's 6 months, you have to be a member for 6 months before being asking to be included on the board, and then another 6 months to be on the overall, to be like an executive board member. And the idea is, volunteerism is very important to us. So if we get business owners that are involved that can help to volunteer to utilize the chamber's services for the benefit of its members, that just makes eventually a better board of directors over the course of time. So we made that change to the bylaws. Other things, just to note, the organization Habitat for Humanity in Rockland County, they're doing a virtual gala on May 26th. They'll be doing a premiere on YouTube TV, and they're looking for people to sponsor the event. We're going to have 4 different musical artists from across Rockland County, including local musician Tom Chapin, as well as several others, Spanky and the Radicals, the Jam Cats, Hal Keschner. It's going to be a great event, so please participate if you can on May 26th on YouTube TV. And if you'd like to be a sponsor of the event, please reach out to me. And then finally, Rockland News. I just wanted to mention this very briefly. Rockland News is a new news service that is filling in the gap from LoHUD moving pretty much mostly their operations to Westchester, and the Rockland County Times selling out to another organization. So Rockland News is available online for organizations to submit press releases, community events, and other sort of related material for organizations in Rockland for the betterment of Rockland. And a nice little feature here is that if you scroll down, you could drill down to your specific town or your specific location to find out what's going on in that particular neck of the woods. So it's a pretty comprehensive website, and being on it is free. Please spread the word about that. Our next meeting will be on Wednesday, June 2nd. It'll be a little bit later. It'll be 8 o'clock in the morning until 9, and it will be done in conjunction with the Highlands Chamber of Commerce, just up the road from here. And they are an organization just outside of West Point, and they're looking to be more participatory in the ongoings of Rockland County. Just as a side note, West Point, it's the second largest tourist attraction in all of New York State. They get about 500,000 cars going through their small Highland Falls village every year. So, there's a resource right up the road for tourism and art and a lot of really great activities. So it's 8:38. I want to thank everybody for being here this morning, especially for you morning people that can do it a lot easier than I can. But it's really good presentations from everyone. We pulled this together within a week's time, so thank you again, everybody that participated. This presentation will also be available probably by the end of the day today on Facebook and YouTube. So please, if you see it, share it around. And if you have any questions or things that you'd like to add to the next Chamber of Commerce meeting, please message me. You can contact us 845-947-JOIN. That's 5646. That's the Chamber of Commerce hotline. So thanks. Have a great rest of the day, great rest of the week, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Welcome.
You're awesome.
Ah, man, it's all good. All works out if we don't eat and sleep, right?
That's right.
Debbie, thanks. Timothy, thanks.
Thanks again, Tom. I thought it went really well.
Problem.
Thanks.
All right. Take care.